guys, thank you so much for tuning back to Urban Tropical. This is Raj, and actually time is 7 a.m. in the morning. I just love mornings in my garden. The sense of exotics you have, the humidity just after it has rained. So it rained yesterday and today is just fantastic here. But anyway, enough of that. We are here to talk about Dicksonia. I don't know if you have seen my video when I have bought this as a log and I have planted it. Actually, I did not stake it at all, so it has not fallen, even though my greenhouse, it was fallen with the wind. It was that strong, and this one is still intact. So I think maybe I did dig well enough for it to go under. So we are going to talk about how do we going to water and what about the feed as well. So first of all, I'm just going to talk about Dicksonia and why they are so popular. Of course, I don't even need to talk about it. Majestic leaves. They just, I feel a Jurassic feel when I look at them. I just think they look so fantastic. They are so slow growers that you have to pay a lot of money to even get 1 foot, because it takes approximately 10 years to grow a foot. Now you can imagine the price tag to that. So I managed to find 2-3 foot tall. I wanted really 5 foot out of stock, so I thought, okay, I have to go with 3 feet. If I want to change in the future, I will. So these ones grow in Australia. They grow under the trees, so that means they do really well in shade. I'm just gonna take back the word now, shade. So I have planted one in part sun, part shade, so kind of dapple shade, and the other one, which is you can't see from here even though I'm pointing, it's in a lot of more denser shade compared to this one, and I'm going to show you as well the difference in results. So I don't think it's working for me in the shade, so I'm just only going to say part shade. And so they are fantastic plants for part shade. They don't like to be in full sun, but they do survive full sun as well. The only thing in full sun is heat is quite intense. If you keep on watering your plant, you keep on raising the humidity more and more, and your plant will still do well. So I have seen Dicksonia in the middle of south facing garden, and it just looked, all these tips were browned and the trunk was getting narrower and narrower. So why the trunk gets narrower? This trunk is really old fronds which kind of turn into roots. There is one going to be roots to anchor into the ground, and these are roots too. These are called fibrous roots. So what happens is when we give it less and less water, the plant starts to go more and more and narrower. It's not getting enough water to have a really thick trunk and to have really lush leaves. It's really surprising that these plants are not heavy feeders, but they love water. If they are in the rainforest, all problems are solved. So here, if you just want to make your life easier, don't put it in full sun. But if you have no choice, like I'm struggling with the places, I have more place in the sun than the shade, so I have to revisit my strategy for the second one, which I'm going to show you just after this one, the difference in growth. So this one here, when it came, it has literally just, I could feel the tip of the fronds, and it's just so beautiful when they are unfurling. And I thought, okay, I'm not going to not give it any feed at all. So I have been giving it, just give me 1 second. Oh, it was right here. So I have just been giving it liquid seaweed. I just think it's natural. It's just weak solution as well. So this one you tend to use 15 ml into 4.5 liter. I just use 15 ml in 10 liters. So I really dilute it. But the good thing about diluting a lot, that you can give it more frequently. So I can give it, if I want, every 10 days, every 15 days, and I don't have to worry about that I have burned something. So all I do is put this in the watering can and start to water all around here and let it trickle down. And in terms of usual watering, hose works the best. Even though I tend to use rainwater, I waste a lot of rainwater when I try to water this plant, so I just stick with hose. It takes no more than 2 minutes. Even 2 minutes are too much. So just on a slow setting, just completely drench it. And when it's summer now, for example, it was 27 degrees yesterday, I will tend to water every single day, maybe not a lot, just to keep it moist, because this is its growing season and I don't want to cut back on watering. So just it would be the watering the same amount, just do it little by little rather than me wasting a lot of water and running it for 2-3 minutes. It can be just under a minute. So we talked about actually I don't think we talked about hardiness. So the reason, again, this plant is so much sought after because of its hardiness. Is RHS says it's hardy to -5 degrees. I think the amount of reading I do on the plants, it has survived people's garden at minus even 8 degrees, and we have experienced -8 degrees this few months back actually. And I don't think I did not have actually Dicksonia at that time. But what to do if you have got Dicksonia and it's going to be chance of a frost and you have just received the delivery? So if you haven't planted your plant and you think there can be frost, and if you have fronds and they are going to die, the easiest solution is just move it to a sheltered place. It's really hard to protect the fronds, but if they are small enough at the time, you can just wrap around it, only if you want to protect the fronds. Otherwise, if these ones will die, more will come back. So it's not that it's only one-off scenario here. So the best thing is the wall around your house, or house wall, they are the warmest side of the garden, because the wall retains heat. That means any plant you put there gets a little bit extra protection. Also, they get protection from the wind as well if you have it there. So I really hope that this was useful. Again, to emphasize, they are not really heavy feeders. Some people just put slow release fertilizers around the crown. I don't think I will do that. I am too worried about it, what if it burns something, because they can be really strong, and these plants are heavy drinkers, not heavy feeders. So that's the thing I'm going to apply, and let's see how it goes. And I think that has done pretty well on seaweed. I didn't have to buy any special fern feed, and when I looked at fern feed, it was just really weak version of NPK, and this one is natural, and it is pretty much lower on everything if you dilute it enough. So why just keep on buying more and more products? I'm going to show you now the one in the shade, and you can judge for yourself. They were planted at the same time, and the difference in results as well. So this one here is getting one more front here and one here. I don't see anything in between, and I think there is one cutie one just coming up. I just love the way they look. And I'm going to show you the other one now. So this one has been in the shade, more shaded area. They both get early morning sun. That one gets a lot more, and this one gets far less. So you can see I only have got one fronds here, when these fronds were a lot more visible than the other one. So my suspicion is the problem is it's not getting enough sun, and they are not really for all shade. They like dappled shade. So I'm thinking I might need to dig this up, and here it blends so well that I don't even see it. So that's another reason I think I need to lift it up and plant it somewhere else where I can really see the leaves. It's all green here, and I don't know when bamboos end and my fern starts. For me, it's not making a statement I wanted to make, but still love the log though. If I show you now why there is only one frond and what's happening to the others. So this one is leaning towards the sun, towards the light here. So it was here, it was supposed to go this way. This area here had so many leaves here, which I have cut down just to give this plant more light. And I can show you there are more fronds here, which I don't know how they will come out, because this one is so heavy and is kind of blocking them. So I really think that light does play quite big part. So I don't think that it's working in deep shade at all, and it needs to come out. I mean, it does get some sun, it's not a lot, and I might move it because I really want to see a lot of fronds on it. Nothing here, this is the only one, and there is second one which I don't know how will come out. There is third one here. Again, they're kind of stuck against each other, and I think this might be pushing it down, but its nature is to come out. Either it will snap or it will find its way back. That is it, and I will post my next video on how to care in the winter. I really hope that it was helpful, and thank you so much for watching Urban Tropical. Bye bye.